I'm up. All right, we got it. It is now 1:19, which means we've been here for an hour and 50 minutes, something like that. The lines were a little slow, but we've got it all. Let's go back and let's open this crap. Hello everyone and welcome back to Beers, Bourbon, and Games. I'm your co-host Mike, and with me is the ever shiny
Conquer Corey.
And the wait is over. We have here the Switch 2 and some of the first party accessories.
There's a lot more of them around local towns than we thought.
I mean, let's just call it what it is. This was my Walmart today. Today's the release day, by the way, and this was a picture of my Walmart locally. There's enough to go around.
And right here's where my Switch would be. If I had one. Target.
Thanks, Target. I'm just glad you actually got through. We both fought on the pre-order night because we just knew this was going to be bad with the current state of the world, things up and down, left and right. We have no idea what's going to happen with increase in price and stuff like that. We wanted to make sure that we got a hold of one because it could be more expensive tomorrow. So we rushed and we fought and we got one. I got very lucky. Corey got the first one. I didn't get it from Target. I did get mine from Best Buy, as you saw in the opening. We went to pick it up. Mr. Conquer Corey got to stay home and take a nice nap and get all nice and rested for this video so he can look pretty. I had to stay up real late last night. Luckily, the wife came with me. She was brave enough to get out in the middle of the night. On our anniversary, nevertheless.
Congratulations. I was busy being disappointed by watching that shipping tracking as everybody was saying, we got our Switch, we got our Switch. And I'm like that Squidward meme. We'll put it up here. You know, everybody's running and playing with their Switches, and I'm just kind of watching and just seeing estimated delivery Monday.
It's okay. The good news is you get to play with mine. But without further ado, we're going to get into this thing. We're going to open this up. What we're going to do in this video is we're going to do an unboxing. We are going to spend a couple hours messing with this thing. We're going to put it through its paces. We're going to give you our initial thoughts, let you know if you should have it, you shouldn't, because there is a lot of negativity around this system right now. I know personally we fought for a little bit with ourselves whether we wanted to get it or not, but again, we're collectors and we kind of got to have it. I did spend a lot of time with my first Switch, so I hope that I get my money out of this one too.
Well, I'm still rocking the V2 model, and that doesn't have the OLED, which I've heard some things, but I'm pretty sure this has got to be better than mine, right?
Right.
I mean, it's a 4K.
Right.
Is it a 4K? No, it's
so.
1080p. 1080p. It's still better than mine. It's got to be. Right? Right?
Right? Let's get at it. All right, so for those of you who don't know, we have a tradition on this channel. I paid for it. He opens it. I don't know if I trust him with a knife. Ah! By the way, there's rumors that GameStop employees have been stapling receipts to the box, and staples are so long that they are puncturing the screen.
Target's going to do that. I just know it.
How does it work?
All right, what we have here is we have Conquer Corey.
Okay, cool. All right, so here we go. Moment of truth. Oh, see, right on top.
So they were stapling like right here. That's nuts. This is not a very thin. Presentation-wise, not bad, but I still have to give presentation as far as box and excitement to the Xbox Series X. When we opened that thing up,
boutique, man.
Felt good. It felt like we had gotten something amazing. Like this is, look at this bar of solid gold that we were opening up. It was just, it was amazing.
This is kind of like opening a fun toy.
Yeah, it does feel like that way. So we have the...
Actually, I'm going to start with the Joy-Cons first and save the main event for last.
So this will be our first time touching the Joy-Cons and kind of feeling them. I do like that they went with the solid black and then kind of put the colors inside. It just kind of makes it feel good.
You know what makes me sad, though?
What?
These are not Hall effect sticks.
They're not hollow effects?
They are, and I think they said the reason for that is because Hall effect sticks cannot work with a magnet, but I would rather them put a mechanical mechanism in there to hold these things and have Hall effects, because I don't know if y'all seen, we'll get to this later, but the price for 2 of these replacements is criminal. It's bad. It's more than a Pro controller.
Yeah, which makes no sense to me.
These feel bigger than the previous Joy-Cons.
Hey, look it. Let's find out. Just so happen to have a Switch right here. Oh, God, yes.
Slightly bigger.
Yeah.
The buttons are a lot bigger, and that is great for us with fat hands.
Our meaty, the people with the meaty hand persuasion. Because these were always really, really hard to... I apologize for my co-host. He's a little slap happy today.
Practicing the Joy-Con thing.
The nunchucks.
Pretty good. Pretty cool.
Actually, oh yeah.
It feels more comfortable with the adult hands. I like this.
It
I
feels
like
a
this
lot more comfortable with adult hands.
That's my biggest gripe with my Switch, is that when I'm playing in handheld mode, especially long sessions, my hand starts to cramp up, and I don't think my hands will cramp up as much with this.
Oh my. Oh my. Oh my. These are really easy to hit. The top buttons, that was always a pain in the butt when we were playing with this, was trying to hit these buttons right here.
Mm-hmm.
It is so easy to touch these.
So good job on that, Nintendo.
And these feel, what do you, looks about, what'd you say, 30% bigger? 20% bigger? 20% bigger, which is perfect because it just, yeah, I like that a lot.
Well, time for the main attraction here.
Wait, we're not supposed to take that out, the protective film off of that.
Oh. Ooh, it's got a nice feel to it. Some immediate things I know right away. I really like the design of it, and I'm going to, forgive me while I look here. It looks like they kept it straight for the most part, because I don't know if it's just something with me. You won't think I'm crazy here, but I swear, I'm telling you, I got one of the first launch Switches, and I could notice a bend in it, and it was bad.
Huh.
But this, it seems it does not have that problem. That's plastic, I think. This feels like it's metal. This is metal. The stand is much improved.
Yeah, so they've kind of went with the kind of the OLED one instead of that crappy one from the first gen.
How far can I take this thing back, though, is the question.
As far as,
So it's about like that.
yeah.
And I've already got fingerprints on your screen.
So you could sit it here and play, which is awesome.
So does it just go back like this right here? I don't know how I like that. I don't know, it just feels a little...
Does it feel a little...
I don't know, it feels a little thin.
Does it?
Yeah, I don't know, you tell me. I love the feel of the actual thing, and my goodness, the screen is a much better upgrade as far as size-wise.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's a chunky boy.
Is that metal?
Is
That's
that-
metal. That's metal.
That or aluminum or something, I don't know. Just
Aluminum is a metal.
aluminium.
Aluminium.
Aluminium. But,
I don't know. It is stiff, but I think it has to be that way so that it
holds it, yeah.
holds it.
I don't know, I just felt like it gibbed a little bit, but...
It's got some flex to it for sure, but it's a little... Yeah.
I gotta do something, though. Give me this. Hold it right there. Hold it right there.
Oh.
That's nice. I've been wanting to do that.
Ooh.
It just snaps right in.
Oh. Jeez, this is huge.
That's what she said.
This is the size of... This is the size of the cracked thing that we bought. Accessory. This is the size of the cracked accessories. So we've got the power button up top, the volume. We've got the extra USB-C up here for like the camera. USB-C on the bottom. We got the dock. There's the capture button that they're talking about. This is where your games go. Did they actually include a good HDMI cable?
I've always liked the Switch HDMI cables. This is the ultra certified cable, the ultra high speed. Got the classic. Yeah, got the classic Nintendo on it. So get ultra HDMI cable. That's good. Get one of these Joy-Con wrist straps, which the way these things work is you can. I think it goes on like this. Yeah. Yeah, and
That's so you can use it as a mouse.
I'm excited for that.
You're excited for the mouse?
I'm excited for the mouse thing.
I was that was the least impressive thing when they talked about it was the mouse feature to me.
My dear friend,
Because I have a computer.
are you saying you prefer controller over the mouse controls?
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
I got you.
When I'm playing my console, I do.
Okay, so it just pops off right there. I like it.
Does that make it a little easier to... Not really.
Of course, we got the blue one here. The complimentary blue one. And we got a code for Mario Kart World. Now, if you hurry up, I'm going to scratch this off and let you grab it real quick.
Ah! I do like... Here's the release on these. It's so much easier to get to.
You just press it in, it just pops off, right?
Yeah.
Hey, look at those connectors there on the inside. Those look like they can bend easy. Well, the good news is there's only one way these things can fit.
There is a lot of give to that.
Maybe it's intentional, keep it from breaking.
Maybe. I also worry about... I worry about the contacts on this and this rubbing. Because that's one of the issues with like a lot of older games is that the pins eventually rub off where it causes issues. That's why like some older games are dying, like on NES games or SNES games, is like the actual physical pins are being worn down. So I kind of wonder if how much research they've done on the click release life.
If anybody would do it, I can see Nintendo hiring a group of temps that their whole job is to come in for 8 hours a day.
Click, click.
Nintendo would be the one.
What did you do today? I don't want to talk about it.
Oh, here we go. Here is the. Now I was really interested how this one played out. This is the Sad Puppy Dog controller adapter. So it's got the same. This one actually just has plastic where those connectors are, which it doesn't need. So we're gonna go here and does it snap in? Can we get that satisfying click? Boom! Yes, we do.
There's the other one.
And then goes here and. I like it.
Does it feel good?
I like it.
I will tell you automatically right now where this is bigger, so much easier to hold. Don't.
It's a little weird how it slides in instead of, the slide down.
I don't know how I like this. It feels kind of weird on my hand, right here, but it's not a deal breaker. This feels kind of weird. And they had to do this because that's the only way for this thing to slide in and out this way. So it makes perfect sense.
Then here we have the power. Oh, they separated it.
Oh. I like the size of that too.
It's about time. It is about time. It's nice, small form factor. Now you can buy off brands of these.
Yeah.
But small form factor, USB-C. No one's surprised there, but I like this because it's a lot easier to pack than the original Switch. The original Switch is connected, so you...
Yeah, it's a lot harder to carry around. One thing I will say I wish they had done is this would flip down and maybe up because this is meant to be portable, but that is a small gripe that I have. That is not a big. Is this a supercharger or fast charging?
That's a good question.
That is a great question. We'll find out.
Well, time for the final big part. Come on. Get out of here. There we go. Just gonna gingerly set that aside. I'm being easy on this box tonight. Whew. There we go. Wow. That is the dock. I like the new design. I think there's a fan in here. So, USBs on the side. That's great for charging your Pro controllers. And you know, they had to do it this way. I mean, you had to have the Switch dock, because that's the whole thing about the Switch, and I'm glad they did the dock some justice. They included a network cable. Network port.
Good, like the OLED did.
The network port in here. The original didn't have that, did it? I don't think my
No, the
original
original
has
did
it.
not. The original doesn't, the OLED does.
You have an adapter. That's what it is.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I think you have an adapter. I'm pretty sure you have an adapter. So nice, they gave you a network port. You got the HDMI port, and then of course you get the power USB-C. I do like the design, overall design of it.
The more rounded instead of being a
Square brick.
got a power light indicator on it. There's 2 USBs. I didn't notice that. I wonder if you can hook the camera into this, or if you have to hook it into the top.
Let's see.
We will find that out. HDMI, power, LAN. I like them here because it's very easy to get to, and there is a fan in here, like you said. Yeah, I like that.
All right, let's see how the Switch fits in it.
All right.
Maybe the originals had a problem with the scratching.
Yeah.
It's upside down. That's going to be a problem.
Wait, what? Did I hook it in upside down? I did!
Whoops.
Okay, so these aren't...
So that might be a problem. You have to pay a little bit close attention. The original Switch wouldn't let you do it, and if you did do it, you damage your console. Okay. So it has plenty of wobble room in there. I hope that means the connection stays good, even if you're bouncing around and stuff, and it's kind of doing its thing. I trust that Nintendo knows what they're doing. So there we go.
All right, well, what do you say we get this thing going?
I thought you'd never ask. All right, well, what's your opinions, Mike?
Trash. Take it back. Don't buy it ever. I wish I could take this back. It's open. I can't do anything with it.
Wii U. It's Wii U all over again.
0 out of 10. Would never ever buy again.
What do you seriously feel about it?
Seriously talk about how I feel about it. I think we kind of need to talk about the setup and how everything kind of goes. So let's start with the setup of this thing. As you notice, I'm in a different shirt. Corey only owns one shirt, so that's all he ever wears.
Blue Bomber, all the way, all the way.
We planned to do this whole video last night, but the setup process and downloading the games and the updates took about 2 hours for us. I'm going to put an asterisk right here, is that I forgot my Nintendo password a little bit, so I had to reset that, and it was aggravating, blah, blah, blah. But that wasn't the whole time. I will say this, though. The setup, while it took a while, was very, very easy. They did a very good job of walking you through how to set up your system, how it worked, and then while it was downloading updates, it taught you how to use your system, how to use the controllers, how to go different places, how to do different things. It was really how to put the kickstand out, how to go into playing with the Joy-Cons, how to click it into the little adapter that it comes with for the controller, how to use the dock. It kind of walks you through that stuff, which is really nice. And then when it gets to that point, it walks you through actually transferring your old Switch to your new one, which was very easy.
Yeah, you literally put the two consoles next to each other, and they just
you go into your Switch and say transfer to new Switch. This one it slinks up and it does its thing.
Yeah, so it was very guided. I did like that a whole lot. Downloading the updates was a little rough.
Yes.
Because we had a lot of updates to get through, and every one of our games we plugged in had updates.
Yes.
We put in the SD card. It had an update.
Yep. You had to have an update to make the SD card run. You had to download Mario Kart because it's not an actual physical cartridge that comes with it. It's a downloadable code. You all know how I feel about that stuff. We plugged in Cyberpunk 2077. Had a 2 or 3 gig update, and on and on and on and on. And we ended up sitting here for like hour, maybe hour and a half, 2 hours.
I feel like a lot of that is Nintendo being overcautious because we know these things would not work without a day one update.
Yeah.
And I think Nintendo is getting frustrated because of the community that I'm a part of that starts with an E. I'm not going to say it here in a Nintendo video because I don't want them to send their ninjas after me. But I think they were saying, you're not going to, I'm just going to emulate our console.
Yeah.
And I'll talk about that in a different video because I've read horror stories of the people trying to get into these things.
One thing I want to say, because we were just kind of looking through stuff as we were going through this, if you want to transfer your Switch, you have to do it during your setup at this point in time with the current update. If you don't transfer your Switch at the moment you set it up, you have to factory reset and start all over again.
Which is unfortunate, especially if you get one and you're away from home and you're not having your Switch.
Now, again, that's some minor gripe with the setup process. The setup process is very streamlined. It's just the amount of time it takes to set up. We were very excited to play our console, and we're not the only ones. Chris, who's a part of this channel, he had the same issue. He sent me a message at like, I don't know, 10:30, and he's like, well, I guess I'm not playing tonight. And I was like, same, got the same problem. So we all kind of just sat there with that. But once we got it booted up, how'd you feel about it?
First of all, I like it. Just because I grew up on Nintendo. I love Nintendo.
Yeah.
Some of the things I like immediately right away is the size of the screen. Mm-hmm. It's a vast improvement size-wise. Now, I know there's going to be someone that's going to argue that the OLED is better than the LCD. I'm not arguing that. We all know that. They have the best black and whites on the OLED screen. Okay. But the console itself, it felt good in the hands. It was bigger, and it felt good for someone like with me with little meatier hands.
For adults.
And I'm happy to report there is a dark mode on the theme.
Oh.
Yeah, I turned that on, but I'm telling you what, if you turn on HDR, I turned it on Mike's TV, I fried my retinas as soon as the home screen came
We
out.
were just like, blind.
So, yeah, dark mode is on there, and I would encourage you to enable it. But overall thoughts of the playing in the hand, it was great. Playing dock mode, everything looked really pretty. I liked it. I like Cyberpunk. I'm going to say something here, and I'm going to get drawn and quartered by the PC community. I have a Steam Deck, but I think I'm going to play Cyberpunk on my Switch because I like the way it looked better on the Switch.
Really?
There was one minor gripe. The HDR, I think, is the what do you call it? The bloom. Mm-hmm, it's the really bright sunbeams and stuff. It's not God rays, but it's the really bright
solar
shining,
flare or something like that.
Solar flare, or whatever.
Solar flare.
Let us know down in the comments what that name is. I'm pretty sure I'll look it up and feel like an idiot later. There's something off with it. It's a little too bright.
Lens flare?
Maybe, but it's a little off. But it's a minor convenience. I opened it up with reservations like there is no way Cyberpunk is going to run smooth on this thing because it was a disaster at launch. But you know what? Hats off to CD Projekt Red. Hats off to Nintendo. You pulled it off.
It ran very smooth. We sat and played it for a while. We didn't see any bad glitches. It didn't freeze up. It just ran right out of the box perfectly, I mind you. And to top it all off, it is also uncensored. I thought with it being to a Nintendo product, it wasn't going to be. It was going to be censored, but no.
Nope, we found out.
No, sir.
But Besides that, going on third-party games, Nintendo always has this charm. Mario Kart is obviously super fun, and the reason I'm talking about the games is because that's what makes a console, is their launch games. What they have at launch. No one buys a console if it don't have games to make it good.
No.
We wouldn't have Xbox today if it didn't have Halo.
Yeah, Halo saved Xbox. You've heard us talk about before.
Mario Kart is a fun game. I look forward to playing it with Mrs. Conquer, Little Conquer. We love Mario Kart 8. We burn it up on our Switch, so we're going to...
We've played it a bunch already. Like because we were trying to put this thing through its pace. We've played it a bunch. We've completed 3 or 4 circuits. I played a bunch of the open world stuff today. That's a whole lot of fun, being able to run through everything and then like find these little objectives that you have in each different map, and because of the open world. It just runs good too. It runs smooth. I didn't see any issues. There was a few hiccups when it was like loading, but it was just a loading time thing, I think.
Some negatives. I do have a few little gripes about it. One, I'm going to say this, and you're going to say, well, duh, everybody's saying this. I do think it is priced a little high.
Yes, I think this thing is priced very, very high. You can get a PS5 for basically this cost.
You can get a Steam Deck for less than this.
Yes.
And I know you're going to say, well, Corey, that's the Steam Deck's come a long way. And if you know what the Steam Deck is capable of doing. And I'm not going to mention it on this video because I do not want to get nuked from Nintendo's headquarters. But the problem is, for obviously us gamers who like to collect things, it's a no-brainer. I love Nintendo.
Yeah.
I grew up on Nintendo. But I'm trying to take my nostalgia and my fan loyalty off me to give this thing a fair shake. And the problem is it doesn't have an OLED screen. It doesn't. It has 256 gigabytes of storage, and let me tell you something. With the size of some of these games we put on, we're already hitting our capacity, and that's doubling our storage.
Split Fiction alone was 70 gigs.
Yeah.
To download.
Besides that, I guess the only thing we need to talk about is just some of the states of the games.
That's one of the things too. There is not a whole lot of launch titles for this game that haven't already been out. I mean, let's just be honest. There is not. Most of the game, I think all the games actually that came out on this have already been released. They're basically all re-releases.
Mario Kart World is the exception.
Oh yeah,
That's
Mario Kart World is the only one. Now next couple of months we're going to have more games. We're going to have Donkey Kong Bonanza. We're going to have
Daemon X Machina. I'm looking forward to that.
That looks really good.
A really Armored Core-ish game.
Kirby. The new Kirby's coming out on it. I'm excited about that.
Final Fantasy Tactics Remake.
Yeah, that got announced recently. Really excited about that.
But I have some gripes with some of the launch titles, and like I said, I'm going to keep it very brief because
we're gonna talk about this more in detail in another video. But this being our initial thoughts, we need to touch on these.
Yeah. So obviously, Cyberpunk's a huge game.
Yeah.
CD Projekt Red, you did a good job. They put the whole game on the cartridge. The whole game. They said it was hard, but their quote was, "It is the right thing to do." Sega, I got a problem with you. If I'm not mistaken, I think that, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I'll look and confirm, and we'll put it on the video here in a comment. But Sonic Second Generation, the full game is on the first Switch cartridge. This is a game key card, which means there is no game on this. This is literally a license and a chip. I put it in, I'm able to download the game, and I'm able to play it. I think that was just lazy.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm just going to say it. Because, one, Sega, you're better than this. If it was a little indie developer, I get it. They don't got money to contribute to the cartridges. But this is not a big game. This is like 24 gigabytes. Which you're laughing at me, but that's not big by today's standards. They could have fit all the game on this. Now, if I'm downloading this, I expect it to be good.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't got to play this one just yet. So, but I'll let Mike talk about this one. Now,
I want to touch on this just one sec. At least this I could trade or somebody could collect as long as the servers are up. That's the problem I have with these key cards is that as a collector, if you can't tell, we love to collect these things. We go to all these conventions to buy these different games and things. One day when we're in our 70s and we're we're rolling our we're hover-rounding our big butts into a convention and the servers are shut down. Somebody's going to buy this and you're not going to be able to play it because the servers are shut down. But again, at least for now, I could be like, hey, Corey, you want to play this game? Here you go, buddy. You can borrow this and play it.
All right, what about this one?
I bought this game because me and my wife played It Takes Two. I got real excited about this. Split Fiction. I have played this game. It's a lot of fun. I'm excited to play this with the wife. I get it home. I open it up. All it is a freaking code. I know what you're going to say, but Mike, it says it on the bottom of the box. You are correct. I should have read better. But I'm not the only one who got caught with this. There are so many other digital games out there that on launch that came out that they are just cards that were hanging on the rack because they're one use and they're gone. Why do this? Why get our hopes up for this? I can't do anything with this. I can't let Corey borrow this so he can play it with Mrs. Conqueror.
It's just taking up space at this point, unless he wants to put it on a shelf and let's face it's EA. That's why.
Yeah. I mean, I guess the only thing is maybe they originally were going to do this and then they changed their mind. But
they even put the slot for the card in it.
Yeah.
That's what rubs me the wrong way. The slot's even in there.
This bothers me. This really, really bothers me. Worse than this, and this bothers me pretty freaking bad.
Mike's he has some pretty colorful opinions about this.
Off camera, I was pretty upset. I mean, I on screen right now is me opening this and realizing that there's not a game in here. Not happy. Again, my fault. Should have read the thing down here. But it was, 1 in the morning when I went to pick them up. So,
and that leaves me with our, I guess I'll segue into our concluding thoughts so we don't keep you all night with this. But here's what I'm concerned with. I'm concerned that Nintendo kind of overreached a little bit.
Now,
don't get me wrong, they got a good product and I'll play it. I have mine. I bought it. No questions, no reservations about buying it. But I feel like they reached a little bit too high in this case, in that they implemented the key cards and increased the price. I think that was probably not the best of things. I'm worried this is going to hurt Nintendo, that they're not going to sell as many of these because people are upset about this and they're upset about this.
and the price tag.
And the price tag of it. And then Nintendo's going to look at that and say, oh, people don't want Switches anymore. We do want Switches. I love the Switch. We'll have another video that we're going to look back at the original Switch and how great it was. But should you buy it? This is probably the most pimped up built. What am I looking at? This is probably the most built up I've gotten over a video, just because I have mixed emotions about it.
I do too.
Should you buy it?
I don't mind to start with that if you're having a hard time with it. Right now, probably not if you have a Switch. I'm gonna be honest with you. Personally, you can wait a couple of months on this. You do not have to buy it right now. If you're afraid of, because of things in the world, it going up, and you really, really want one,
That's valid.
grab one. I will tell you, I enjoy it. I really like it. I'm personally glad I purchased it. I like the bigger screen. I like the way it feels. It's a more comfortable system for me to play. I've got big, meaty hands, and when I play the regular Switch, I cramp up. And I've said that in other videos. When we're talking about the Steam Deck, we're talking the cracked accessory for the Switch was such a huge improvement for us because it made it to where I could actually play the Switch for a long period of time instead of just a couple of minutes. Mm-hmm. I think this is going to be a good purchase in the long run. I don't think you need to have one right now. There's nothing you need to rush out and buy. There's only Mario Kart Worlds. And while Mario Kart World is a lot of fun, and we've played it probably 3 hours since we've had it, and I've had a blast the whole time we've played it, it's not something you have to have right now. You can go play 8.
And like with the original Switch, they had Breath of the Wild.
Yes.
We have, this time around with the Switch 2, we have an HD remake of Tears of the Kingdom, which PCs could do emulation. But I'd agree with that. Sorry, I have nothing more fancy to say.
That's all I have to say about that.
Besides, I disagree with everything.
There's a lot of cool features. It's a lot more responsive. It's great. If you have the extra cash and it's something you're going to want in the long run, go ahead and get it. Do not feel do not have to worry about FOMO right now because they're still everywhere. The mouse feature is kind of interesting that you can do stuff with it. We used it on Cyberpunk. It was kind of neat. There's just a lot of really cool features, a lot of cool stuff with it. But I do not think the game library is so Switch 2 exclusive right now that you have to have one to play those games.
And please don't buy from these scalpers that are trying to take advantage of this stuff. And scalpers, I hope it sets. I hope it collects dust.
It has been. I have already seen multiple scalpers try to post these for $650 and people laughing at them and comments posting pictures of them being up at stores, being available at stores. And I really want to see the sales figures after this weekend to see if Nintendo actually sold and hit their marks or if they just overproduced and thought ahead. If that's what they did, great. Good on them. Good on them thinking ahead, because I remember for 2 years there, getting a hold of a Switch was hard.
But let us know your thoughts. Do you have a Switch 2? Are you enjoying it? Are you as excited about it, or are you holding off on buying it out of principle? Because I understand there's a lot of folks upset about what Nintendo's doing here. So we'd love to hear your thoughts. Leave a comment down below. If you like this video, smash that like button. It really helps out a whole lot. And of course, if you do like this video and want to see more, consider subscribing to our channel where we do other reviews, let's plays, as well as random ramblings and complaining. And
that's what we do. And don't forget to check back. We have a lot more. We have third-party accessories. We have the accessories that came out for the Switch videos coming out. We have a look back at the Switch video. Those are coming in the coming weeks because it's Switch 2 time, baby.
Yes. But as always, I'm your co-host, Conqueror Corey.
And I'm Mike.
Until next time,
keep on gaming.